It's pretty awesome to be alive at this time in human history. There's this sense of immortality that we are either blessed or cursed with, depending on your view. During our teenage years, we feel invincible. And it's not until that invincibility is taken away from us that we are forced to reevaluate the way we live our lives, the way we do things, and the time that we allocate to certain activities. Which leads to what I want to talk about today: the value of time and how it relates to the value of money, which in turn is linked to the value of ourselves. I was thinking about this evening when I was making dinner for my family. We make it a point to get together and have dinner together every evening, even if we are busy with our various activities. And I was thinking, why do we do that? Is it because we just want to have closer family bonds, a stronger team, or a stronger connection amongst ourselves? Or is there more to it? One of the things I thought about is it's very easy, especially as an online entrepreneur in the digital age. We can become stuck to a screen, whether it's a laptop, phone, iPad. We always have these needs to connect, such as checking our emails, Facebook, updating your social media posts, creating a blog, creating a video, whatever you get involved in as an online entrepreneur. If you are not taking the time to allocate time to those things, as well as allocate time to other things like taking care of your own physical fitness, connecting with family members, or connecting with your people, your team, there becomes a disconnect. As I was thinking about this value of time, I was thinking about the time in my life when I was most successful, and some of the people I've met who are millionaires. I've even spoken to billionaires about this. And when I spoke to them, the main thing that they value, at least for their own personal self, is their time. And that was a very constant thing. And it was actually time over money, which I thought was quite interesting. And I started digging deeper, researching more about this. And it made sense from a logical standpoint, because one of the reasons I became online entrepreneur, a digital entrepreneur if you will, was because I wanted to have more time in my personal life and work life. And that was one of the reasons I switched from offline to online. I started to see that the more you value your time, the more time you have to value yourself. The more time you have to value yourself, the more valuable you become. You have time to learn. You have time to increase your skills. You have time to become the best version of yourself. And this is going to get pretty cool in a moment. As you kind of put more emphasis on valuing your time, i.e. time management, wow, you see, your paycheck will explode. You see, it happens over the next 30, 60, 90 days. It will amaze you. All because you are just managing your time in a way to where it's your main priority, and then being productive within that time you allocate. All in all, it translates to respect for yourself, because when you are valuing your time, you'll be able to look in the mirror and say, wow, I got this time of the day. I got that time of the day. I'm really proud of myself. You get this crazy rush every time you're able to check something off your task list. And that itself builds confidence. That builds the confidence that you have in yourself. So you can look in the mirror and say, I'm great at this. I can do this. And that's a pretty amazing thing when you can be at that level. This then creates a compounding effect that you can then build upon. As you begin to value your time, you become more valuable. It begins to change you positively, which in turn results in confidence. A confidence that allows you to go out and use the time you have been investing into yourself and begin to use your time to invest into others. This is where your team begins. When I say team, I'm talking about working with 20 or more people. It could be your friends, people you might not know. They might not even like you, but you are working and doing business together. Something is very defining about this team you're building. Often, the level that the team is at is the level that you will stay until somebody rises above that next level with the ability to bring other people with them. That's one of the things I love about going to events, especially those in different social cycles. I enjoy listening to the various conversations. It's something I've always done since I was a child. It's something I've always had a passion for. And I just kind of do it naturally. I like to find out what's going on. What kind of communication are people using? From there, I can get a very quick assessment of what level you are at, what you need to do in order to get to the next level, and what steps to take to get to that level. So you can go and help somebody who is a level or two behind you. And one of the things I love about entrepreneurship is as you grow, you begin to look at entrepreneurship as some sort of video game with various levels and goals. Everybody starts out at level 1, and at level 1, you can only help the person that is on level 1. But what's great about that is you find other people who are at level 1 and you will connect. The next step would be the formulation of alliance in order to help each other get past level 1. Level 1, for the record, from what I've seen it to be, is mindset. It's really kind of the foundation, the crux of everything. When I say mindset, I mean having the mindset of a business owner, the mindset of an entrepreneur, somebody who puts their own money. They take on the most risk. They are betting on themselves. They are putting everything they got into it and saying, I got this. I'm going to do whatever it takes to do it. That's the definition of an entrepreneur. So once you get to the end of level 1, now you realize, okay, if I'm actually going to succeed in any business, I need to allow myself to rise with whatever means is within my ethical value. If that means staying up late, getting up early, I'm willing to do that. If that means investing money, taking training, investing time, you are willing to do that. And from the people I meet who have hit that sort of end of level 1 is that mindset. Once you are able to say, I realize there's going to be sacrifice. I realize there's going to be pain. I realize there's going to be financial investment. There's going to be time investment. There's also going to be reward. It's going to be worth my time. I realize by me doing whatever it takes within my ethical value, I realize that I'm setting myself up to build a dream lifestyle that I've always desired. And if I fail for any reason, at least I tried. And one of the things I find about the most successful entrepreneurs that I have met in my life is, this includes myself, the millionaires and the billionaires I've met, is that they have an attitude of saying, I'm willing to go into the arena. I'm willing to fall. I'm willing to slip. I'm willing to get caught and stand back up over and over again. I'm willing to make errors. I'm willing to make mistakes. I'm willing to do all these things and get back up. And that's where the credit goes. The credit goes to those kind of people, in my opinion. Not necessarily the person that makes the most money or has the best mentor. When I meet people like that, those not afraid to pursue their goals, I know straight away that that person is going to succeed, because it only takes one time. It only takes one successful idea, one successful implementation of action to get that. That's the end of level 1. The beginning of level 2 is when that person makes the first sale. And it doesn't matter if it's $1, it doesn't matter if it's $10, it doesn't matter if it's $100. The amount is irrelevant. But getting that first sale is where the shift happens. It's where that belief change happens. That's where the intangible becomes tangible. That's where the idea in your head now becomes a solid thing you hold in your hands, a reality. As they say, seeing is believing. When you've done that, that's really where that transition to level 2 happens. When you meet people who are in this mindset of we are great, as opposed to those are like my life sucks, that's where the entrepreneurship happens. So the change now begins to happen. So that person that was saying, my life sucks, now they are saying, I'm great at. I'm great at this. I'm great at that. I'm great in some way. And when the big shift happens, the big breakthrough happens, this is after you've networked enough, you've learned enough, you begin to meet other people. That's another mindset shift. It's where the shift becomes, we are great. We are focused on each other. We are going to give each other a helping hand. We are part of this team. We are part of this alliance, who is helping everybody each and every single way that they possibly can to be awesome, to get that step forward. It could be that that person is within your team. It could be that that person has a completely different skill set. But the skill set is irrelevant. The strategy is irrelevant. Don't forget the saying, culture trumps strategy. Culture eats strategy for breakfast. And that's 100% true. Because I have met some of the people who are great tacticians, great strategy people, but they have lack of work ethics, or they have some sort of negative attitude. Whatever that happens to be, and because of their thinking, because of their culture, they don't get anything done, or they don't get that breakthrough that they're really seeking. And it's not until they make that shift where you are thinking to yourself, I'm great. I want to be around other people that are great, so that we are great. When that begins to happen, when that shift happens, all of a sudden, that's when you start seeing the transformation in businesses. That's when you start seeing these businesses that are impacting the world, impacting life, building schools in different countries for kids, going and feed kids with glasses for free, like charitable organization,